Good afternoon and welcome to a next episode of CATANet TV with a special focus on our public safety sector. I'm very pleased to welcome today Alourdes Sully of the Utilities Telecom Communications Council. Alourdes has recently joined CATA as a full-fledged member and become a member of our board. Alourdes, welcome to our show today.
Thank you,
why don't you take a moment or two to explain to us what UTCC is?
Thank you, Kevin, for having me, and thank you all of you for attending. Utilities Telecom Council of Canada is a non-for-profit organization. It's 100% Canadian, mainly driven by members. And our members include the largest utilities like Hydro One, BC Hydro Quebec, SAS Power, Alta-Link, and Manitoba Hydro, Toronto Hydro as well. So we do have a number of core utilities and also of vendors, members, like the Cisco, Alcatel, who provided service to the utilities. Our main focus is on information and telecommunication technologies. We don't focus on any other issues related with the utilities, and we're also affiliated with the global organization, the Utilities Telecom Council. It's Washington-based. They're like over 65 years as an advocacy body, so they do a lot of advocacy in US for spectrum for utilities, and we also associate with the European Telecom Council as well as the UTC America Latina. So it's part of a global organization. And what we do essentially, we do a lot of advocacy with Industry Canada on spectrum issues for utilities. We also deal on issues on cybersecurity, and we are looking at public safety in terms of partnering on the sharing of that 700 megahertz spectrum. So a lot of advocacy, a lot of technical and technology expertise as well, because we do have education forums, like we have our annual conference, and this year will be in Calgary on September 24th to 26th.
Excellent. Now, we crossed paths, of course, in the area of public safety. You spoke at our forum last year. I don't think many of our viewers would think public safety as soon as they hear utilities. Can you maybe elaborate a little more on what are the utility sector's interests in terms of the public safety mandate, and very specifically, of course, are the developments or the future developments on the public safety broadband network for Canada?
So what happened, Kevin, like a lot of the utilities in Canada already have their own private telecom infrastructure. And over the years, we have had a large, like for instance, in Ontario, we have a provincial-wide microwave system. What the utilities are looking at, it's really to forge a partnership with public safety to share, to become like a user category 2 as part of that 700 megahertz spectrum. So a lot of the utilities over years have been working with the first responders, like that's an example of SAS Power, has always been working together with the public safety, same thing in Ontario and Quebec. So the intent is, while that we have this infrastructure in place, we have towers, we have like equipment, we have poles, we have a number of which from broadband from the urban area and also remote areas. So we would like to embrace that opportunity to partner with the public safety and said we can be a user of that spectrum. Of course, there would be some kind of agreement, and it has to be a win-win partnership. But this is mainly what the utilities are so keen to be able to share that 700 spectrum megahertz.
Excellent, and of course you've been warmly receptive, or been warmly received among the public safety community with respect to inclusion. I know that certainly in our advocacy work, we've been pushing to include utilities as a recognized member of this public safety broadband network. So I know that we'll certainly be working more together on that front and through our public safety advisory board. We announced our collaboration together as opportunities for both utility companies and ICT companies to work more closely together. And I know we've been discussing offline a number of ways in which we can really make concrete steps and deliver programs and initiatives that will do that. Could you give our listeners just a brief idea of some of the concepts we've developed and looking to pursue this year between CATA and UTCC?
So what I can see for what I had the opportunity to participate with the Dragon Den, for instance, and I really enjoy it. And I believe there are somehow we can have a synergy between our two organizations. Like, for instance, we have very critical issues that we would like to the community, the innovation and technology community to address. So let's, for instance, cybersecurity is one of them. And we also have a lot of the new the M2M applications, the data analytics. So there are a number of concerns, like for instance, the electrical vehicle is coming. So there are a lot of innovation taking place in that area. So we would like to see, we would like to have the opportunity to work together and kind of build opportunities for our members to work together, understanding what the needs are, and bring some innovative tools to meet those needs. So that's the intent.
Excellent. And maybe as a closing remark, do you want to talk a little bit more about your upcoming summit?
So our annual conference is taking place on September 24th to 26th in Calgary. So that will be a focus on all the aspects that are of interest for the utilities. The way we organize that, it's mainly we have all the members coming together, and we kind of brainstorming on what is important. So there will be a lot of focus on having an update on the smart meterings and smart networks, the smart grid, where we are now and what to expect. So a lot of focus on cybersecurity, as I mentioned earlier. And we are hoping to, we always have an executive panel at this conference where we invited the CIOs and senior executives from the utilities to give us the strategic direction, what kind of role the technologies are playing within the utilities right now, and what are the future outlook for them. And so it's really like it's 2 days and a half, but it's very intensive, and we do also have an exhibitors floor. Last year in Quebec City, we have about 260 people attending, so we are hoping to have a little bit more in Calgary. As utilities, Telecom Council in U.S., they are really mainly, because of the nature of the industry over there, they also represent the oil and gas, water, and we are hoping by doing so, reaching out to the oil and gas industry in Calgary.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like something that any ICT vendor who has an interest in making a customer of a utility provider should be at that show. Is that right?
Well, I will encourage everybody to attend. It's a great show because it is mainly Canadian focused. You have an opportunity to meet one-to-one with the utilities and build some relationship there and develop some business opportunities. And the education sessions are very, very well targeting for people who want to continue the professional development credit. So we do provide that credit for them to be recognized. So we put a lot of focus on the training and the quality of the presenters and also of the content. So I'm hoping everybody can join us in Calgary, September 24th to 26th. And all the information is available also on our website. Coming up, the program should be there as well.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure we'll have you on again, Louis, before that, discussing more of the opportunities between our two organizations and a number of other fronts where we'll be working together. For anyone looking to contact Alourdes, her contact information is on our Public Safety Advisory Board website, where she is prominently identified. Thank you today, Alourdes, for taking the time to speak with us and highlighting some of the high-level opportunities. Certainly looking forward to continuing this conversation in the future, and certainly looking forward to the next installment of CATA's Live TV Public Safety Network. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Kevin, and thank you to all of you. Have a great evening.
You too.